Hi, I'm Brendan O'Donnell. In this video, we're going to briefly discuss why it's important for property owners to be aware of the property identified in a solar lease agreement or in a solar option agreement. It's not unusual for a solar land agent to approach a property owner with an option agreement or a lease form that has pre-printed information in it identifying the property that would be subject to the agreement. That property may be identified in the agreement by a tax parcel number, a tax map number, or an underlying deed that vested the property owner with ownership of that land. However, the question is whether the property owner wants or needs to lease the entirety of that identified property for solar development. While it's important to identify property in any contract, the question here is whether it's necessary to identify all of a property owner's interest in the land as being subject to the solar option or lease. In many instances, it's not. Factors like topography, shade, wetlands, waterways, and floodplains can impact how much of the property would actually be used for solar facilities. So, the question becomes, why lease land that may not ultimately be developed by the solar operator? By granting exclusive development rights to another party, a property owner can significantly restrict its ability to use a property as it sees fit. Similarly, a prospective buyer may not be willing to offer top dollar or might not be interested at all if the potential use of a property is significantly restricted because exclusive rights have already been granted to another party. In addition to this, there's the practical consideration under a solar lease as well. A solar company may not pay the same rate or may not pay at all for property that is not actively being used for generation of solar electricity. Therefore, it's possible that a solar operator constructs a solar facility on a property that uses some, but not all of the acreage subject to the lease. Depending on the language of the lease, the solar operator may only pay for the property that's actually being used for solar panels and not pay at all or pay a reduced rate for the other acreage of the property, even though it remains under the lease and may not be developable by the property owner. If you've been approached with a solar option agreement or a solar lease agreement, or if you have questions about a document that you've already signed, don't hesitate to give the attorneys at Houston Harbaugh a call. Our contact information is in the link below the video.